Tonight I want to do a tutorial on how we can stack raw frames of a moon image. You could do this with the sun as well, but you're going to gather images in video form and save each raw frame, and then we're going to stack those so that we can get a more crisp picture of the object we're imaging, and in this case it'll be the moon. So let's get started, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Before we actually start recording the video and doing the process, let's talk about what we're actually doing. So when we take a video in raw form on the Seestar app, what it's doing is it's saving exposures and creating a video. So when we record this in raw form, it is saving every one of those frames that it takes to make the video. Um, in the US, when you make a video, it takes 30 frames to make 1 second of video. And so what we're doing is, what we're going to do tonight is we're going to save a 3-minute video of the moon. And then what that 3-minute video does is every minute is 30 frames or exposures. And so with 3 minutes, that is 180 seconds of videos, times that by the 30 frames, you end up with 5,400 exposures. And then we're going to stack those in the Seestar app. And so that's basically what we're doing is we're recording 3 minutes of video that creates 5,400 exposures that we're going to stack in the Seestar app. So that's the basics of what we're going to do. This process can also be used to do planets. We all know that the Seestar is not great for doing planets, and it still isn't in this format, but you can get enough exposures and enough stacking those exposures to get some detail on the planets. So, for example, you could get Jupiter and you can actually see the lines and the big red spot on Jupiter. Are they clear and focused and pristine? No. But you can get it to the point that you can tell that it is Jupiter. And so that's the basics of what we're doing. And tonight we're going to do it with the moon. So let's get started. So the first thing we want to do is we're connected to the Seestar, and we're going to go to the solar system, and we're going to go to the moon. And so we need to get the moon centered in the screen. And I had done it earlier, just before I decided to make a video. And so it was there and pretty handy. There's other videos about centering the moon. An easy way to do it, if it doesn't center it the first time, is to locate a deep sky object and get that centered and then go to the moon. That helps the Seestar know where exactly it's at in the sky, and then it helps find that moon a little easier. When we locate the moon, you see it's a little bit out of focus, so I'm going to do an autofocus on it. I'm not going to do anything terribly crazy about it. If you see down in the bottom right above that white circle thing, I could take a picture of it now. And I'm going to take a picture of it because I want to see that if we have a difference when we finish doing what we're going to be doing. And we're going to be stacking the raw data files and hopefully getting a better image of the moon than what we get just by clicking take a picture. So what we do is we slide this little slider over to video, and then you see that the little icon there, raw, right above the little question mark over in the right hand icons, you see it changes colors. When we put it on video, it gives us the option of selecting raw, and we're going to do that. And what that does is it tells the Seestar app to save all of those exposures that we're taking that make the video. And so we talked about earlier what it takes to make a video. So 30 exposures makes 1 second of video. So by clicking that raw, it's telling the Seestar to save all of those exposures. And that's how we're going to accumulate those 5,400 exposures that we're going to stack in the Seestar app. And so then all we're going to do is we're going to click, I do have some clouds going by. I want to click the track thing up there in the top right because I want it to stay centered. I'll probably record a different video once the clouds all pass by, but um, just click that red button at the bottom and then it starts clicking off the timer. Up in the top right hand side, you can see how long it's been going. It's got 9 seconds, 10 seconds, 11 seconds, and every one of those seconds is saving 30 exposures. And so we're going to go ahead and do this video recording until we have 3 minutes is all we're going to do. And then once we get to that 3 minutes, we'll click stop. I'll record those 3 minutes when we don't have clouds going by, so that we don't have those interfering. And then it just brings you back to this screen. And then if you click the little down arrow to exit out of this screen, we end up at the home screen of the Seestar. Now we're going to click on My Album, and we're going to see that that's where that saved image, that very top one, is that JPEG file that we saved before we started the recording. So I could click on that and view it and export it and all those sorts of things. But I'm going to click on the Seestar there in the center, and that's going to take me in here. I'm going to pick the lunar, and I have several files in here because, like I said earlier, I had to record them in different um, sessions. The recording we just started, I only did it for a few seconds just because of those clouds. The earlier file that I did that is 3 minutes long is the one down at the bottom. But since I've already stacked that one to come up with the stacked image, we want to select the one that I just barely recorded, that was recorded on the previous screens. But this is that, I think it was only like 10 seconds or so, but this is going to show us how to do it. So when I click on that video that I saved, you'll notice that up in the top right hand corner is the word stack. And I'm just going to click on that. If I can do it. There we go. We clicked it, and then it starts the countdown. Now this one is not going to take very long because it's only that 10-second one that I recorded. When I did it for the 3-minute video, it's going to stack 5,400 exposures. It took quite a while, and I'll bring you back when we're close to finishing stacking that 3-minute video, and then we'll continue on from there. As you can see, we're at the end of the stacking process. We're 99% completed, but you can also see it took 30 minutes and we're at 23, 24 seconds. And so it's going to be 31 minutes or so before it's completed stacking those exposures. So, stacking 5,400 exposures, aligning them, rotating them so they all fit together nicely and snug and in the order and everything that they need to be in to make an image takes time. So now we've got 100% stacked, and you can see that it's telling us right here the stack succeeded, and it took 30 minutes and 51 seconds to stack those. Remember, we took a 3-minute video, and for that is 180 seconds of video, and for every second, it takes 30 exposures to get a second of video. So 5,400 exposures were just stacked, and it took 30 minutes. So it does take a long time to do this. So now we're going to check it now and see the result of that picture. And there you go. That's what it looks like. I've zoomed in a little bit. I will also save this and put it up with a comparison of the picture of JPEG when we were imaging it so you can see the difference. but that's how we stack the moon pictures in the Seestar app. You can do this with the sun, you can do it with the planets, you could do it with probably any scenery mode, anything that you could record a video on, you can do that because as long as you're videoing it in raw form. Here are the results. The picture on the left is of a JPEG of just one exposure of the moon as we were imaging it. The picture on the right is the stacked image. I will zoom in a little bit more on each one so you can see the detail because I know one looks a little darker than the other. That's just because of 5,400 stacked images, but there's definitely a lot more detail in the stacked image, and that's how you can get those really crisp photos. So I will zoom in so you can see the difference. I hope zooming in you can see that. Sometimes it doesn't always translate really well into the YouTube video as it does when I can use my fingers and make it really larger. So, but the picture on the right, if you look down at the craters at the very bottom, you can really see that there's a whole lot more detail there. You could brighten this. I didn't want to do any enhancing on it just so that we could get a good image of and could make a good comparison between the two images. But there is definitely a lot more detail in those craters. As you zoom in on the JPEG file on the left, it's going to get fuzzier and fuzzier because it just doesn't have good resolution with a JPEG file. But the stacked image has a better resolution, and so you can zoom it out and make it much bigger and get a lot better detail. Anyway, this was a fun experiment. Hopefully you learned something you didn't know how to do already and learned how to use that raw video footage to create some stacking opportunities to create some great images. I hope you learned something. We enjoy having everyone along on our journey as we learn too, and hope that there's some content that is interesting. If you have suggestions on content you'd like to see, please let us know. Thumbs up would be great. Comments are great. We'd love to have you subscribe. That's up to you. Thanks for watching. We're wishing clear skies to everybody.